Hey guys, what's up? It's Duncan here, KH Fan. I feel like I'm the only album reviewer that hasn't done this, but I will be doing I think a two-part video of me actually showing you guys my CD collection so far. And to start off, we're going to probably start off with the albums that came out this year. And the first couple that I have right here, the first one, Fire from the Sky by Shadows Fall. I just recently bought this, finally. Great record. Hands down, in my opinion, their best work yet. This one I had to buy after I saw them open for Creator and Accept, and that was Emerald Forest and the Blackbird by Swallow the Sun. I fucked up on the title for some reason. I've been listening to this album a lot lately, and I'm fucking in love with it. Very fantastic record. I didn't review this album, but this is definitely in my favorites of the year so far. Another one I recently bought, Monolith of Inhumanity by Cattle Decapitation. Great death grind, if you will. Reign Supreme by Dying Fetus. Arguably the heaviest album I've heard all year. Dark Roots of Earth by Testament. Great follow-up to Formation of Damnation. Highly recommend if you're a thrash fan. And so far, and probably my album of the year, maybe, Phantom Antichrist by Creator. Can't get enough of that record. Another one I recently bought, Accept Stalingrad, and this is a pull-out case, and this is the actual cover. Definitely a great follow-up to Blood of the Nations, which came out in like 2010, I believe. So yeah, that was also a great album. This one's a great one. Next one, Torture by Cannibal Corpse. Probably my favorite Corpse Grinder era Cannibal Corpse album so far. The New Whitechapel, self-titled. Great, a fantastic record in my opinion. It's definitely one of the better deathcore albums I've ever heard, but not as good as This Is Exile or Somatic Defilement for me. Next up is The Electric Age by Overkill. I really, really dug this album. This was like my album of the year so far until, of course, the new Creator for me. Well, Creator's the new potential album of the year, but this one was a pretty good follow-up. Not as good as Iron Down, but definitely a great album for this year. And of course, and then the next one I bought. Whoa, my phone's going off. The Faceless, Autotheism. I don't know why the hell this keeps getting flack for what it does. I mean, for what's going on in the record. I mean, yeah, it's not like the other two albums, Akeldama or Planetary Duality. It's different. I really like the Opeth and Cynic vibe on this record, so I think it's a great record. Honestly, I don't see what the big fuss is about. I didn't review this album, but those who know I'm a big fan of this band, and that is Blood by In This Moment. I didn't review this album. Didn't really feel like it, but I mean, it felt weird listening to it at first, but it eventually grew on me a lot. So I pretty much really love this album. It's probably tied for second or third favorite In This Moment record for me. Next up is L'Enfant Sauvage by Gojira. Awesome album. It definitely tops the last album, The Way of All Flesh. Fantastic release. It was also their first release on Roadrunner. So yeah. Next up, Koloss by Meshuggah. Definitely better than Obscene in my opinion, and it's just downright heavy. And more of a reason why I want to quit drums, because Thomas Hake is a fucking beast. Also, this one was a recent purchase, Prisoners by The Agonist. Now, this was probably one of the few albums that I actually did not download illegally or torrent it or whatever, and then buy it afterwards. I actually waited to buy this. I was very curious about it, and I'm glad I waited on this, because this is a very fantastic record. If The Agonist happens to see this, you know why I bought it. I waited. Another fantastic death metal release, Demonocracy by Job for a Cowboy. Yeah, this is a pretty fantastic record. It definitely shits on Ruination, and it definitely is better than the Gloom EP, which I found was fantastic. I mean, this band keeps getting better and better with each release. Let me move the table a bit. Next one, first album I bought of 2012, Resolution by Lamb of God. Definitely way better than their last album, Wrath. It's a very fantastic record. It really impressed me. It was probably my second favorite Lamb of God album, next to fucking Ashes of the Wake. So that's that. Next one, Soulfly, Enslaved. Now I haven't really listened to a lot of Soulfly when it comes to listening to metal, but I really dug this album as soon as I heard the song World Scum featuring Travis Ryan of Cannibal Decapitation. And then I found out that the guy, the drummer Dave Kincaid, was on the record. He used to play for Bort Nagar, Malevolent Creation, and a few other bands. But yeah, his addition really, in my opinion, stepped up the band's game. Very fantastic record. Next one's actually not a metal record, which is surprising, but I've been a fan of these guys since 2010 when I saw them. I've never even seen them live until I saw them at Rock in the Range. But True Love Never Dies by Otherwise. This is kind of like a radio-friendly type album, but I've known about these guys since 2010 when their singer Adrian Patrick sang with Maria Brink on the Mayhem Festival when they did The Promise every show. And I got a free. I actually got a free CD, which I'll probably show you in my the second part of this CD collection video. It was before they got signed. They're on Century Media now, and if you guys are like into radio rock or something, you should definitely pick this up. It's actually pretty good, in my opinion. Next one, Long Live Heavy Metal by 3 Inches of Blood. I had to pick this up. It blends in new elements with the old elements of metal. I really fucking dug this record. I mean, I became a much bigger fan after I listened to this record. I mean, I've been a fan of 3 Inches of Blood for a few years now, and yeah, they were pretty fucking awesome with this release, and they're pretty awesome live with it too. Next one is God Forbid Equilibrium. In my opinion, one of the most underrated albums that has come out this year. I mean, I love the hell out of this record. I mean, God Forbid, they're kind of like one of those earlier metalcore bands to come out, and they've been around for so long, and they put out this record, and honestly, like, I wasn't even planning on buying it, but then, like, the day that I went out to go get it, I was just like, I'll buy it just for the hell of it. And I'm really glad I did, because it really impressed the hell out of me, so good job, God Forbid. Next one, my friend Nate actually lent it to me, and it was the Iron Maiden and Vivo live CD. I haven't even gotten a chance to listen to this, but when I do, I know I'm going to like it, because it's Iron Maiden. What else do you want? Now, the next pile I have worth of CDs. First one, I recently bought this. This was the expanded re-release edition of Symbolic by Death. It's arguably my favorite death metal album, like, ever. And I love the hell out of it. It includes about 5 demos. The demos of, well, it was a 4-track demo and a regular demo of the song Symbolic Acts, which was probably going to be the original title for the song Symbolic. Zero Tolerance, Crystal Mountain, and Misanthropy. I think Crystal Mountain, I haven't even heard all the demos yet, but I know I've heard the Crystal Mountain one, and the Crystal Mountain one's ridiculously fast. Next one is actually the next couple are CDs from one of my favorite bands in this moment, and this is the Star-Crossed Wasteland. This is the deluxe edition, and on the back of this, at the cover, it's signed by the band, with the former members that were in the band. This is still my favorite In This Moment record, period. I mean, I loved Blood, but I knew it wasn't going to top this one, but I wasn't expecting that one to sound like this, which is a good thing, because all their albums sound different. The next one is actually In This Moment's debut record, Beautiful Tragedy. Maria signed it when I brought it to her. Like, I think it was the second time I saw them. Very awesome record. This pretty much got me into this band. I still listen to it to this day. Next one is For We Are Many by All That Remains. I did get some of the band members to sign it. I got Gene, Ollie, and Phil to sign this. This is a really good record. In my opinion, it's a really good record. It was my favorite since Fall of Ideals, easily. This one I bought when it came out, and when I saw this band, and that was Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. Easily my favorite since Waking the Fallen. It was it was a very emotional record for me because it was the first without Jimmy, and Jimmy was one of my favorite drummers ever. So getting to and just every time I listen to the song "Fiction," it gives me chills every time. Um, Next up is the last In This Moment CD I have. Actually, I have another one, but it's like another copy of A Star-Crossed Wasteland, so won't be a big deal. In This Moment, the Dream Ultraviolet Edition. It's a little smeared, which kind of sucks, but it's signed by Maria once again, and it includes a disc plus the original album, The Dream. It's also signed by Maria. And she signed all my CDs, so except for Blood. Next one is Decade of Aggression Live Slayer 2-disc CD. Awesome live CD. Definitely should pick that up if you're a Slayer fan. Next one is, I pre-ordered this last year, and that was 13 by Megadeth. Obviously not my favorite Megadeth record, but I dug it. Next one is Devil Driver's Beast, and if you can't really tell, it's in black, but Mike Spreitzer, the lead guitar player from Devil Driver, actually signed it when I saw them with Arch Enemy last year. Next up, In Waves by Trivium. This album, of course, came out last year. I have to say, when I first listened to it, it grew on me after a while, and I absolutely love this record now. So, if you guys are a fan of metalcore or Trivium in general, you'd love it. Next one is, of course, 2011's Album of the Year for me, and that was The Discovery by Born of Osiris. What else do I need to say, really? Album's amazing. Next one is The Panic Broadcast by Soilwork. I really like this album, and I'm a huge fan of Dirk Verburen of the band. He's the drummer, and he's a machine. He's insane. Next one is The March by Unearth. I love this. This is one of my favorite metalcore bands, and this was definitely this is a really, really good album. I highly recommend it to anybody. Next up, not the proudest owner of this, but I still bought it when it came out, and that was Against the World by Winds of Plague. When I saw them at Warped Tour last summer, I got the whole band to sign it. So, in case you guys didn't see that, that's basically it. Another Unearthed CD, which was 3 in the Eyes of Fire. Probably my second favorite Unearthed record to date. It's a very, very aggressive, pounding, in-your-face type album. I really love it. And then the next one, Chaos of Forms by Revocation. Now, I wasn't really into this band up until people telling me about the band itself and this new album. So I bought it when it came out, and it just fucking blew me away. It's got good mix of death and thrash metal, and what more can you ask for? I mean, that band really fucking kicks ass. And then the last one for this video will be The Age of Hell by Chimera. Now, this was obviously, this came out last year, and it featured a lot of different members. Actually, a couple new members, I think. They had their producer play drums on it. Matt and Rob were on it before they left the band, and I thought this actually surprised the hell out of me when it came out, and I really love it. And yeah, hopefully they release something as good, if not better, than this. So that's going to be part 1 of my CD collection, and I hope you stay tuned for part 2. Peace, keep it metal.